Over the past 50 years, the growth in Fishers has brought a number of positive and negative effects onto the town of Fishers and all of its residents. Almost every aspect of a typical Fishers resident's life has been greatly changed because of the effects of this dramatic growth in the town of Fishers. The town of Fishers was established in 1802 by a man known as William Connor, whose estate was located on current-day Connor Prairie. In 1891, Fishers was finally recognized as an official town of the state of Indiana. In 1908, the post office changed the name to Fishers. Before this change, current-day Fishers was known as Fishers Switch because of the railroad station located on current-day 116th Street, where many would switch trains. In 1964, Hamilton Southeastern School Corporation was created as part of Indiana's School District Consolidation Initiative. As far as development goes, Fishers was introduced with two new hospitals, both located near exit 210 of I-69. IU Health Saxony came to Fishers in 2011, while St. Vincent's came to Fishers in 2009. Currently, Fishers is in the process of adding on to its government center complex. Jonna and I sat down with a representative from Fishers Homes to ask some questions about the housing market in Fishers.
With the increase of population in Fishers, how has this affected house sales?
Well, with the influx of new jobs and the population growth obviously creates demand. Again, with reloads and transfers, we're seeing those things are directly impacting the housing market and causing for more people to have a need for homes. So we are seeing an increase in sales with that.
All right. Why did Fishers Homes choose Fishers as a spot to move homes?
Fishers is considered one of the more affluent communities around Indianapolis, so we are a high-end luxury builder. With that said, we would cater to that type of client. And also there was some opportunities where there's some neighborhoods that custom builders may have fallen out of, and that we were able to buy those home sites in an already established community at a very affordable rate, and that way to create a lot of value for our customers.
As a previous interview informed us, Fishers is an ideal environment to build and sell houses, which is why Fishers Homes began to build and sell houses here. Fishers is an ideal town for any family to build in because the community provides everything the family could ever need.
Next, we sat down with Vanessa Stoles, head of Ritchie Woods, for an interview. With the recent growth in Fishers, how have the natural and environmental aspects been changed?
I think one of the issues is the loss of habitat. As a development comes in, businesses and homes, we're losing valuable habitat. Woodlands are being cut down in order to make room for the development. Another thing is with increase in population comes a lot of pollution. You get a lot of runoff. The water quality is affected. Air pollution, air quality is affected. And as a developer is working on a particular site or project, erosion and the runoff from the site work itself becomes an issue. So we do have lost habitat, we have pollution.
Where do you see Fishers in 5 years?
I'm pretty excited about what the future holds for Fishers. We have wonderful park staff, and we have a lot of future parks under development. One that don't really have a name for the property yet, but we're calling it Cynthia and South, is going to be have some natural area to it and a lot of environmental education and outdoor recreation. So we'll be setting aside and protecting and developing that park and creating a neat space for the public. I also think that the most important thing is that we have leaders in this community who are thoughtful about the planning, about the growth. Fishers is going to keep heading east, and we need to make sure that we continue to work with those developers and that we set aside those green spaces. And so I think balanced growth is the key, making sure that we think about the future, make a plan for it, and we protect those green spaces.
So as you have seen from this interview, our environment is greatly affected by what we do each day. Finally, we sat down with Scott Faultless for our final interview. How has Fishers' growth been positive within the community?
You name whatever service that people use for the town, it's had to expand. But at the same time, when it's expanded, I think that you've seen an overall improvement in the services that are being delivered. We have the effect of now we have a 600-acre park system, and we have over 90 miles of trails throughout the community. We have, in my opinion, the best police department, fire department combination in the state of Indiana. They are the only We are the only community in the state that has accredited, nationally accredited police and fire departments, and that means they're using best standards and practices.
Where do you see Fishers in 5 years?
In the next 5 years, that's actually, if you'd asked that question a year ago, I could have given you a lot better answer. With the mayor election going to be in May of 2015, that's literally going to change all the dynamics in Fishers. And so it really depends on who gets elected as mayor and what's that person's philosophy on many things, on spending, on debt, on growth. Those are some pretty key issues that person, we need to know what that person's going to think and do. So in reality, the most important thing in the next 5 years is the election of the first mayor, and make sure we get a good person.
And to just quickly summarize your thoughts.
As soon as you stop growing, it means you're dying, from my perspective. You have to have a place where people want to move to, invest in their homes, invest in their businesses, invest in your church, you name it. You want a place where people want to be.
Fishers is in a state of constant growth, and that is certain. But where will this growth lead us? Are we going to be able to accommodate for more and more people? Eventually there has to be a capacity. And what's going to happen when we need more space and our wildlife is destroyed as a result? Can Fishers keep green in mind as we develop our city? Well, if they are true to their word, our officials already have these questions answered and solved. In our town council, they are developing ideas that will not only keep Fishers efficient, but also remain true to its integrity and what it means to live in Fishers. And in Ritchie Woods, they are informing all ages about how to help preserve our wildlife and continue to grow as a green community. Finally, our builders in town are working to accommodate and house every person and family that wants to be part of our community. When we have all of this working hand in hand, there is nothing to worry about in our near future. The changes we will see are going to be positive and will better Fishers rather than hurt it.